Hello, this is Mercy Favor. Thank you for subscribing into my YouTube channel. Subscribe, share and like. You can also ring the bell. Well, today we're going to look at attributes of a good food and beverage waiter. Or rather, we can decide to call this topic how to get tips as waiters or waitresses. So be my guest. Let me take you through on how you can be professional on the waiting part as an individual. So first things first, if you need to get yourself a tip at the end of the shift, you need to have a professional appearance. As a waiter or waitresses, you need to be neat. You need to be neat at the way you look, from your head to your toe. Let's start with the head. If you're a man, you should be well shaven and your hair should be neat. If you're a lady, ensure that you don't stay with your hair for more than a month or 2 months. You look shaggy and that's bad. So always ensure that your hair is on point. Ladies, just the same way we say that a good man has good shoes, same to ladies, you have to have your hair on point. Always make sure that your hair is neat, your eyebrows are neat, your lips are neat. You do not have hanging earrings, they are studs. And then when you come to the uniforms, always ensure that it is clean, well pressed. And then ensure that your skirt or your trouser is not too short. If you dress in a way that is suggesting that you're a prostitute or anything, again, you're going to have people misjudging you. So always make sure that you are decently dressed. Well-pressed uniforms will earn you a tick. And then on the shoes, ensure that your shoes are low and well-pressed. So your professional hygiene, your hygienic appearance is very important. By the way, if you dress like you're poor or act desperate, it won't get you any tips. No, it won't. And then if you want to get a good tip on that matter, if you appear cheap, if you look cheap, cheap hairstyle, cheap earrings, cheap everything, the best you can get is 50 bob or 100 bob from a guest, because they see they have really helped you. What if you look classic? What if you have nice hair done? What if you have your nice dress done? You have your well deodorant sprayed. Someone will think that if I give you 100 bob, that is not going to be enough for you. So always make sure that your professional appearance is on point. This works for both, either ladies or gentlemen. That's the very first thing that you need to do as an individual. Your professional hygienic appearance is the first and most basic. It's actually a basic requirement. How you look is very, very important. Always ensure that you are on point. For ladies, make sure that you have a slight makeup. Don't overdo it. Don't put on too much eyeshadows with the very shouting lipstick and eyeshadow. That is out of point. Always make sure that you are on point when it comes to how you've done your makeup. Number 2, ensure that you have knowledge of what you're selling. Come on. You cannot be selling something you don't know. A whole waiter does not know what is on the menu. You don't know what food are there on the menu. You don't know how much they cost. That is very wrong. As a waiter, always ensure that before you start your shift, no matter how beautiful or handsome you are and you don't know what you're selling, that's a no for me. So always ensure that you have knowledge of what you're selling. Know that if someone asks you, for example, CBC rice, what does it mean? Because as a guest, they won't know what's on the menu. So you are a salesperson. You need to explain to the person whether that food has garlic, the food has ginger, and everything else. So if you don't know everything they ask, let me go and confirm. Like the guest comes and asks you, hey, can I get a Fanta orange, please? And then you walk to the bar, the barman tells you, no, today we're not selling it, you don't have it. Then you go back to the guest, oh, sorry. They say they don't have Fanta orange. Okay, then the guest tells you, okay, then give me a Coke. Then you go back. Hey, barman, give me a Coke. Then the barman tells you, we don't have Coke. Don't you see that is even boring? And you look stupid in front of the guest. So before you start your shift, always ensure that you have knowledge of everything, of what is in the menu, the items that are missing, so that you always excuse yourself to the guest so that you can save yourself unnecessary movement. And then number 3 is punctuality. Come on, that's one of the most beautiful attributes of a good and beverage personnel. You have to be punctual. The reasons why most people eat out is because maybe they don't have time to go home and prepare for meals, or they just want to have a good time out. But if we can wait for a meal for over 2 hours, 3 hours, the food is not ready, the waiter, the waitress is not communicating, that is very boring. So if your guests have ordered for food and you feel that it's going to take long, always advise your guest that, I'm sorry sir, I'm sorry madam, that this food is going to be a bit late. They can choose another type of a different dish, or you can always ask them if they are willing to wait. Always communicate, be there, tell the guest the truth. Don't keep your guest waiting for hours. They'll get mad, and trust me, they won't give you a tip. In fact, they'll even complain that the waiter was very slow. That's okay. And then another point is you should have local knowledge. Always ensure that you have local knowledge of where you are. Like for example, if I live in Mombasa, ensure you know the local amenities that are found in Mombasa. For example, you're having guests coming from Europe, from Germany and everything. You'll be surprised how people know a lot about Kenya, and you're a Kenyan and you don't have a clue. So what the hell are you doing even in Kenya? So always ensure that you can advise your guest. If a guest asks you, where can I get the nearest shopping center? Where can I go for swimming? The nearest church, the nearest mosque? Just have local knowledge of where you are, where the restaurant is located. That is very important. It's a good go ahead for you as a waiter. It's always advisable. Even the waiter can ask you, can you take me to this and this place? And that's a way of getting yourself tip. Another thing is honesty. And those who are good in grammar say the H is silent. So yes, honesty. H is silent. You don't say ho, we say honesty. So you should be honest as a waiter, waitress. Always give back the correct change. Don't try stealing from the guest. Just be honest. God will always reward you. You don't have to steal from people. You don't have to raise up the bill so that you get an extra for yourself. Just always be honest and God will reward you. And then you should have another attribute of a good food and beverage personnel is ability to handle complaints. The guest complains, I don't like the food. You don't know what to do. You're like, let me call the manager. Everything, let me call the manager. Oh, what the hell are you doing there? You should be able to, you should have the ability to able to handle complaints. Have solutions, have answers. If the guest says this is not okay, what is there for you to do? Like for example, the guest complains that they think the meat is not well cooked. You just excuse yourself, say sorry, take it back to the kitchen, let the chef dry it or something and bring it back. You're standing there, or you're pissed off, or you show expressions on your face like you're mad. That attitude is not good. It won't work for you. Always treat your guest as a king. Always, even if you think that the guest is wrong and you are right, don't argue with the guest. Always ensure that you are you want to impress your guest. So always ensure that you handle complaints just the way they come, and ensure that you don't refer them to the higher authority if they are handleable, right? And then another thing is memory. This is something that most people do not have. I don't know whether it's the IQ problem or they have a lot of social things in life. I just don't get it. But if you really want to earn yourself some tip, ensure that your memory is at par. Remember what the guest told you. I laugh at sometimes when I go to restaurants and this guest has ordered for something and the waiter takes the wrong order to the wrong person. That is so embarrassing. So always make sure that you deliver your order to the right table. That's the reason why you have captain orders. It is allowed for you to write this food item is coming from that specific table, or this food belongs to that lady, this food belongs to... You can imagine a table sitting 10 people and they have ordered different drinks and you have no idea who said what. It is so embarrassing. Sometimes it's always good to, like, for example, you have a lot of drinks on your tray. You can always call out Fanta Orange, right? Just to confirm, so that you don't give the wrong orders to the wrong people. So I advise you to have good memory when you are waiter or waitress. What can you do so that you have good memory? You can, for example, have yourself some good sleep. Most of the waiters, waitresses do not sleep. they work so many hours, then after duty they have to go out and stuff like that, and they do not get enough rest, or they have a lot of social lives that when they come to work their minds are not even there. So always ensure that you have enough sleep, and then when you walk out, you come in to work, always ensure that you leave your social life outside the gate, and then when you're done with duty you can always pick them up and go with them at home. So memory is very important. That's one way of also ensuring that you have a tip. The last attribute, a smiling face. Yeah, a smiling face. They can also call you a smiling machine, smiling robot, but don't mind it. That's okay, but you have to put on a smiling face. Yeah, you welcome your guests. Will you smiling? Always greet your guest. Just have a lot of positivity within you. Be happy, have fun. Show the guests that they're in the right place. That don't look like the whole world is on your head. Come on, everybody has problems. You just have to put your problems aside and serve your guests in a joyful manner. Welcome them, sit them, be happy, talk to them, advise them on the food knowledge. And a good waiter who wants the establishment to grow will always upsell. So you start with the most expensive items to the least expensive, so that the hotel can make more money. You sit kids first, you sit ladies, and then you sit men first. You're always available. If they need you around the table, you're always at the table. When you're always punctual. Local knowledge, you can advise on the menu. And food is delivered on time. Why would someone not give you a tip? That's the best way. Those are the major factors for you to have tip. Lastly, check on your attitude, the temper. So some waiters or waitresses are not proud. They're not proud to be waiters. They're just working because they've lacked what to do. They're not even proud. If somebody asks you what are you doing for a living, you're like, no, misi jaandikwa, sina kazi. That is wrong. Be proud. Be proud that I'm a waitress. Actually, when you're introducing yourself, say, hey, my name is Masifeva and I am a professional waitress. Yeah, be proud of what you do. When you're proud of what you do, then you will be able to put on the right attitude when you're at work. So you go to a hotel, you walk into a hotel, you call a waiter and they drag their feet. They show you bad facial expressions, like you're forcing them to work. You send them for something, like for example, you need toothpicks or anything, they drag to bring it. They have the wrong attitude. I don't know, if you have nothing else to do, don't be a waitress. Come on, people need people who are happy, people who are joyful, and that's how you get yourself some tips. So leave the bad attitude and embrace good attitude. Be proud of what you do. Waitress, waiter is a very good it's a good world to be in, actually. Most of the waiters, most of the waitresses that I know will not even know that it is end month. They will always have their tips and their tips and their tips, and that's what they survive on. It's end month and they will not even touch their salary. Why? Because they have a lot of money as tips. So if you want to get tips, if you want to be professional and everything, please embrace those factors and everything will be good for you. So for more of these videos, subscribe so that I help you be professional at what you do. Choose